The effect of absorption by the impurities on the absorption of an analyte is called, two options were there, spectral effect and background effect, and correct answer is background effect, because whatever peaks we are getting due to impurities, that will get superimposed on a peak of our analytes, whatever we are analyzing. So obviously the unstructured peaks or unwanted peaks gets superimposed due to presence of certain impurities on a spectrum of an analyte is called the background, and the effect of absorption by the impurities on the absorption of an analyte is called the background effect.
Sir,
So
uh,
yeah,
sir,
yes,
the link you forwarded is a different question.
Yes,
o-
sir.
Yes, sir.
okay, okay. So whether that question is, I just check now. Okay, an isoabsorptive wavelength is a wavelength at which both the substances shows the same absorbance. Is that question?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So I will just put that link also on a screen mode. Now, an isoabsorptive wavelength is a wavelength at which both the substances shows the same absorbance. So 32 students are reporting that is true and 8 students are reporting that is false. So correct answer over here as well. An isoabsorptive wavelength is a wavelength at which both the substances show the same absorbance. So this is a correct answer, and which we will discuss now in absorption ratio method. So already in practicals, maybe you are well acquainted with simultaneous equation method and absorption ratio method. That was the main objective, to recollect this terminology, and we will carry forward whatever experimental part or maybe the practical orientation you have listened, that we will implement in today's class. So correct answer over here is isoabsorptive wavelength is a wavelength at which both the compound shows the same absorbance. So why it is? So that explanation we will talk under absorption ratio method. And another first question I have asked about the effect of absorption by the impurities on the absorption of an analyte is called as the background effect. So these two questions or these two polls we have taken. So in that, how will you remove background effect, or how will you remove unwanted peaks of impurities? Can anyone answer on that as well? What is the solution for that? Yes, anyone? Rishabh, can you talk about this? How will you remove unwanted peaks? So the
Hello, sir.
how will you remove unwanted peaks?
Hello. Sir.
Yes, the correct answer to remove unwanted peak, either we can go for difference spectroscopy or derivative spectroscopy.
Hello.
Yes, we are listening. It's okay, Rishabh. I will continue now. So in binary mixture analysis type 3, we are going to talk about simultaneous equation method and absorption ratio method. So here on a screen, Are you getting this diagram, which is I have copied from Supriya Mahajan book, Instrumental Method of Analysis. So is it visible to all of you? Figure 2.52?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. So this diagram we will consider as a base to understand simultaneous equation method and absorption ratio method. And this particular point we will capture as a binary mixture analysis type 3. Already we have seen two cases, binary mixture analysis type 1 and binary mixture analysis type 2. Now this is a third case. We can find out concentration of our analyte through these two equations. So many a times in a binary mixture, what happen? The spectra of two components. For example, here on this diagram, you are observing spectra of X as well as spectra of Y. Completely overlap at lambda max values of both the components. So here complete overlapping you are observing of X component as well as the Y component. And if you talk about individual lambda max, so X is showing wavelength at a particular nanometer and Y is showing another wavelength, that is wavelength 2 at another nanometer. So that is complete overlapping is there. That was not in case 1 as well as case 2. So under this situation, two methods are generally used to find out the concentration of X and to find out concentration of Y. So which are that two equations? The first equation is about simultaneous equation method. So in simultaneous equation method, if you observe the absorbance of a mixture at lambda max value of the first component, isn't it? For example, this is our first component, lambda max value is lambda 1, as well as lambda max value of the second component, which is the second component in our mixture, Y. And what is the lambda max of Y component? That is wavelength 2. These two values generally we will find out. In order to find the concentration of both the compounds, we have to find out concentration of X as well as concentration of Y through UV spectroscopy. So that's why we will observe this case as a multi-component analysis because peaks are overlapping with each other. So the lambda max value of X, what we are representing? Wavelength 1, and the lambda max value of Y we are representing wavelength 2 should be found out. How will you get this value, lambda 1 and lambda 2? We will scan this particular compound or scan this particular analyte or the compound, whatever we are analyzing separately, isn't it? Scanning these pure compounds separately. So what is the meaning of scan? Can anyone talk about what do you understand by scanning? Scanning of compound means what?
Determining absorbance at various wavelengths.
Determine absorbance at wavelength, isn't it? That is graph we will get absorbance versus wavelength. When we will scan that compound, at that time we will get an idea lambda max of given compound, that is maximum amount of radiation is getting absorbed by X at, for example, 250 nanometer and Y at 300 nanometer. So that information we will get. So first step to solve or to find out concentration of X and Y, what we will do? We will scan these compounds X as well as Y separately on a UV visible spectrophotometer. That is the first point. Similarly, the absorptivities of X. Now, what is the meaning of absorptivity? In Lambert-Beer's law, you know, capital A is equal to small a, b, c. So that small a represents absorptivity value. That absorptivity value, either we will consider it as a specific absorbance or molecular absorbance. The meaning of specific absorbance is very known to you when concentration is expressed in grams per 100 ml, and meaning of molecular absorbance when concentration is expressed in moles per liter. And I know you have done some problems also related to Lambert-Beer's law in previous semesters, and at that time your understanding was very good in by solving that particular problems. So that small a value, if it is a given in a literature, so obviously we will pick up that. Or if it is not given in a literature, in a previous class we have seen solution. We will find out slope of line, isn't it? On a graph, absorbance versus concentration. And from that slope of line, we will find out absorptivity value. Then in this case, the absorptivities of X, that is AX lambda 1, we will consider, isn't it? So for example, you can write down in your notebook, the first point is about to determine lambda max of X and Y. Second point, what you will write down? Absorptivity value of X and absorptivity value of Y component. So the absorptivities of X, what we will consider for our representation or to solve that equation, we will consider it as a small a x lambda 1, isn't it? Means small a is the absorptivity of X component at a wavelength 1, and ax lambda 2. Ax lambda 2 represents what? Absorptivity of X value, but wavelength is 2, whatever the nanometer is there. At the lambda max value of X lambda 1, and similarly the lambda max value of Y at lambda 2 we will find out. For example, X absorptivity we will find out both wavelength, Y absorptivity we will find out at both the wavelength. So is it clear to you? It respectively we will find out and should be determined. Also the absorptivities of Y, how will you represent in your notebook? That is small a y lambda 1 and small a y lambda 2 at the lambda max value of X, that is wavelength 1, and at the lambda max value of Y at a lambda 2. That is the second point. Clear? In simultaneous equation method, what we are doing, we are getting overlap of peaks. Our objective is to find out concentration of X and concentration of Y. Then we will follow method. In that point number 1, we will scan this mixture or pure compound separately and find out lambda max value. For example, X we are getting some value 250 nanometer and Y we are getting 300 nanometer. Once this activity is done, we will go on second step. In second step, we will find out absorptivity value, that is small a value. Small a value of X at this wavelength 1 as well as wavelength 2, and small absorptivity value at this wavelength 1 as well as the wavelength 2. Then we will move on a third step. So what will happen in a next step? After getting this particular information, the absorbance values, that is absorbance of X compound at wavelength 1 and absorbance of compound at wavelength 2 of the mixture X and Y will be found out. Means we will check absorbance by on a UV visible spectrophotometer. What is the absorbance of X compound? Maybe it will come in a range of 0.2 to 0.8. Then we will talk about absorbance of Y compound. Maybe that will show or reflect some value on an instrument. So in this way we will find out the absorbance values, isn't it, of the mixture of X and Y at wavelength 1 and wavelength 2. At both these wavelengths, what will happen? The net absorbance. What will be the net absorbance? For example, X is showing at wavelength 1, Y is showing at wavelength 2. What will be net absorbance? The net absorbance is what? It is the sum of absorbances of x and y. For example, point 2, any other absorbance. So whatever the addition of these two absorbances are there, that is called as the net absorbance. Hence, the two equations for net absorbance of a mixture at a wavelength 1 and the net absorbance of a mixture at wavelength 2, that will be generated. So can you write down these two equations in your notebook? What will be equation in a form of, or maybe in a form of, net absorbance values of absorbance at wavelength 1 and absorbance at wavelength 2? So what will be equation? So will you please write in your notebook? A lambda 1 absorbance value at wavelength 1 is equal to, what will be the equation? Absorbance of x lambda 1 plus absorbance of y into lambda 1. So if you see the equations over here, for example, I have mentioned this equation, absorbance of wavelength 1, isn't it, is equal to absorbance of x wavelength 1 plus absorbance of y compound at a wavelength 1. Similarly, absorbance of compound at a wavelength 2 is equal to absorbance of x compound at wavelength 2 plus absorbance of y compound at a wavelength 2. You are observing over here, here we are using lambda 1 and here we are using lambda 2 and adding absorbance values of x component and y component at whatever nanometer we are getting. Similarly, the absorbance value of x and similarly absorbance value of y lambda 2. So will you convert this equation now into A is equal to ABC form? For example, this A x lambda 1. So how will you write this equation in form of Lambert-Beer's law? A is equal to ABC. Yes. So if you are observing over here two equations, equation number 2.36. So absorbance of lambda 1, what we have done, this value we have written as it is equal to what A we did, ABC, small a, absorptivity value of x component at wavelength 1 into path length B into concentration of x plus same thing, absorptivity value of y at wavelength 1 into B into Cy, that is 2.36. This is the equation number we are considering, isn't it? Similarly, absorbance of wavelength 2, same thing. So these two equations are here in front of you. So in what way we will proceed? What is our objective? To find out concentration of x and concentration of y. So how will you solve these two equations? By simultaneous equation method. If you know now this B value, path length, you know. What is the ideal path length? Anyone from you?
1 centimeter.
1 centimeter. Yes. So you can consider this path length B as a 1 centimeter and rewrite this equation. So what kind of equations we will get if we are considering path length as a 1? So here if you are considering that is path length is equal to 1. So obviously we are writing this equation. See, absorbance at wavelength 1 is equal to. So this is Ax lambda 1 as it is we have taken. B we are considering as a 1 into concentration of x. Similarly, Ay lambda 1 path length is 1. So that's why we have written directly over here as a Cy. A lambda 2 absorbance at wavelength 2 is equal to absorptivity value lambda 2 and concentration of x plus absorptivity value of y lambda 2 into Cy. So from these two equations 0.36 and 0.37, we are now over here, equation number 2.38 and equation number 2.39. So are you getting this flow in what way we are solving this simultaneous equation? Yes, anyone from you? Yes, Sonali is there.
Yes, sir.
Did you get this flow of simultaneous
Yes,
equation
sir.
method? You are writing in your book
Yes.
or you
Yes,
are
sir.
just trying to understand this?
Sir, I'm writing.
Okay, good. Now, what will be there now? Next part, we have to find out the concentration of Cx and Cy, concentration of X and concentration of Y. So what we are doing over here, rearranging equation 2.39. So what we will get by rearranging the equation 2.39? First, see what is equation 2.39. Here I am scrolling again. So this equation, absorbance at wavelength 2 is equal to absorptivity value of X at wavelength 2 into Cx plus absorptivity value of Y at a wavelength 2 into Cy. So this equation we are rearranging to find the concentration of Cx and Cy. So if you arrange this equation, you will get absorbance of wavelength 2 minus absorptivity value of X at wavelength 2 into Cx is equal to AY lambda 2 into Cy. So this will be a rearrangement of equation 2.39. Why we are doing rearrangement? Because our objective is to find out concentration of Cx and Cy in our component. Then concentration of Cy, isn't it? So this is Cy. So we have written it separately. Cy is equal to absorbance at wavelength 2. This factor or this point, whatever we are getting, minus absorptivity value of X component at wavelength 2 into Cx. So this point as it is we have written and divide by absorptivity value of Y at a lambda 2. So this is the concentration of Cy, isn't it? So this factor Cy we have already taken over here. So these 2 points, these two values divided by remaining part Ay lambda 2. So this will be our equation 2.40. Now this value concentration of Y, we will substituting this value in equation 2.38. So already we have rearranged 2.39. Now we will substitute this factor, whatever value of Cy we are getting, in equation 2.38. So in your notebook you can see what is the equation 2.38. That is the first equation. Absorbance value of wavelength 1 is equal to this plus this. So here this Cy is there. So this Cy value we will write down, isn't it? Or we will substitute. So that's why equation we are getting as a lambda 1 is equal to absorbance of X into lambda 1 into Cx plus absorptivity value of Y into lambda 1, and in bracket this concentration of Cy is equal to this A lambda 2 minus absorptivity value divided by Ay lambda 2. Now this equation you got. So just give an attempt to solve this equation now with a simple mathematical calculation. A lambda 1 as it is we have written into Ay lambda 2. So this Ay lambda 2 it will multiply over here is equal to what will happen? Ax lambda 1 into Cx into Ay lambda 2 plus A lambda 2 into Ay lambda 1 and minus this factor Ax lambda 2 into Cx, as this will be in a multiplication. So that's why Ay lambda 1. So let us solve this equation so that get a concentration of Cx. So let us see what we are getting then. We are getting, or solving this equation, we are getting concentration of X is equal to A lambda 2 into Ay into lambda 1 minus absorbance value of lambda 1 at a absorptivity value of Y at a lambda 2 divided by, this factor will be as it is, that is Ax lambda 2 into absorptivity Y lambda 1 minus Ax lambda 1 into A into Y into lambda 2. So in this way we are getting concentration of Cx over here and concentration of, for example, Cy. We have substituted that value, isn't it? Cy. Now what will be the points that similarly the value of Cy can be expressed in equation number 2.42 like this only. So Cx already we have written like this. So similarly the value of Cy can be expressed by this equation, that is absorbance of lambda 1 into absorptivity value of x into lambda 2 minus. So this factor or this equation we will solve for concentration of x and concentration of y. So are you getting this problem? Because always short note will be there. Write a short note on simultaneous equation method. So you have to discuss what is the objective of simultaneous equation, or maybe the case study of simultaneous equation method. For example, two components are there overlapping with each other. So to find out the concentration of x and concentration of y, which are the methods we can follow or adopt? And answer is simultaneous equation method, and overall derivation of the equation will be like this. So in this way we will find out concentration of x and concentration of y. Now in your notebook you can just observe in equation 2.38 and 2.39, whatever we have considered over here, isn't it? This equation 2.38 and 2.39, the value of the terms like absorbance of wavelength 1, absorbance of wavelength 2, absorptivity value of x at lambda 1, absorptivity value of y at a lambda 1, absorptivity value of x at lambda 2, and absorptivity value of y at a lambda 2. All these are known in this equation, isn't it? This value. Another point, so there are two equations we have generated over here and two unknowns. Two unknowns कौन से हैं? That is Cx and Cy. The values of these two unknowns can be found out by solving the equation. We have taken this equation as a base and we have solved this equation simultaneously. So the simultaneous equation method is commonly used for the overlapping spectra at different wavelengths. And in this method, whatever equation 2.38 we are getting over here is multiplied by the coefficient of Cx, isn't it? In a equation 2.39, and equation 2.39 is again multiplied by the coefficient of Cx in equation 2.38. So these are the base equations to get our answer or to find out the concentration of x and y. And this makes the value of coefficients of Cx in both the equations exactly same. So the subtraction of one equation from the other eliminates the term concentration of x, isn't it? So obviously we can remove it, and the value of Cy can be found out. And so the same procedure is followed to find the value of Cx. So the simplified expression of Cx and Cy we are getting over here in equation number 2.41 and equation number 2.42. So this will be formula to find out concentration of x and to find out concentration of y. Now this method is restricted to a binary mixture or a mixture containing a limited number of components. since one has to solve n number of equations to find the concentration of n number of components in the mixture. So somewhat tedious method. For example, number of components are more than 2. So obviously we have to generate, for example, Cx, Cy, Cz, or maybe one more component is there. So in that case, we are generating number of equations. So that is somewhat tedious and time consuming method to find out concentration of individual component by simultaneous equation method. So one has to solve the n number of equations, find the concentration of n number of components in a mixture. The calculation become more complex as the number of components and consequently the number of equations increases. So in this way, we will see by which mean we can find out the concentration of Cx and Cy. Now moving further, let us have a look on this diagram now. That is the same diagram, isoabsorptive wavelength. So I reduce some size of this diagram. Now in this diagram, isoabsorptive wavelength 1 for a solute X and Y. So this is a typical output of absorbance and wavelength. Now this peak, whatever we are observing over here, this is for lambda max of this X component is wavelength 2 and Y component is wavelength 3. And common absorbance, isn't it? This is the common absorbance where two peaks are overlapping or interacting. So for example, we will consider this as a wavelength 1. Now in this picture, you are getting X and Y respective wavelengths. Here wavelength 1. See, we are talking about isoabsorptive wavelength. That is the wavelength 1. And we have answered that poll. Exact meaning of isoabsorptive wavelength for solute X and Y by considering or studying wavelength 2 for X and wavelength 3 for Y. Now, the absorption ratio method is a modification of simultaneous equation method, whatever we have done. And it is based on the principle that for any substance which obeys Beer's law, the ratio of absorbance at two wavelengths is constant and is independent of its concentration or path length. So that postulates we are going to use over here in absorption ratio method. What is that? It is based on the principle that for any substance which obeys Beer's law. Beer's law is what? That is related to. Can anybody answer? What is the difference between Beer's law and Lambert's law?
So Lambert's law is based on concentration, Beer's law is based on path length.
Yes, very well. Lambert's law is related to path length, Lambert's law. And Beer's law is related to concentration. So this is correct answer. Beer's related to concentration and Lambert's related to L represents the path length. So this particular equation absorption ratio method, it is exclusively based on the principle that for any substance which obeys Beer's law, the ratio of absorbance at two wavelengths is constant and is independent of its concentration or path length. So we will just see some initial part of this absorption ratio method. So in case of analysis of a binary mixture by absorption ratio method, the absorbance of the mixture is measured at two wavelengths. One wavelength is the lambda max value of one of the components. So either the lambda max of X isn't it? Either the lambda max of x at wavelength 2 or the lambda max of y component at a wavelength 3. And another wavelength is an isoabsorptive wavelength. So this is a wavelength 1. So how will you define isoabsorptive wavelength? It is a wavelength at which both the substances x as well as y that shows the same absorbance. And this typically you are observing over here in this diagram, isn't it? So in order to determine the concentration of x and concentration of y, we have to take help of absorption ratio method in this case based on isoabsorptive point. So how will you write about equations of isoabsorptive wavelength then? Can you write similar equations? Now, for example, in a simultaneous equation method, we have generated two equations, isn't it? Basic equation. Which were that two equations? I am again showing you that two equations. That is 2.38 and 2.39 based on absorbance at a wavelength 1 and absorbance at a wavelength 2. Isn't it? So that is the same base we will use over here. Net absorbance value. So in what way we will calculate? How will you write down the equation of absorbance of wavelength 1? How will you write absorbance of wavelength 1 is absorbance of x, absorbance of x, absorbance of x at a wavelength 1 plus absorbance of y at a wavelength 1, and absorbance of lambda 2 is equal to absorbance of x at lambda 2 and absorbance of y at a lambda 2. Or you can just see these equations over here. That is the same thing whatever we are talking, isn't it? So this will be the first equation at a wavelength 1. This will be another equation at a wavelength 2. This wavelength 1 equation we will write down in a Lambert-Beer's law. Capital A is equal to what? Absorptivity path length into concentration. And similarly, absorbance of y at a wavelength 1 into b into the cy. Now, if again path length is equal to 1, then again we have to modify it and write down the plane equation by removing path length. That will be the same. So a lambda 1 is equal to this, ax lambda 1 into cx plus ay lambda 1 into cy. A lambda 2 is equal to ax lambda 2 into cx plus ay lambda 2 into cy. So this will be the base equation 2.43 and 2.44 that we will carry forward to solve the concentration of x and concentration of y. So what will happen now? We are talking that wavelength 1 is an isoabsorptive wavelength. And what is the meaning of isoabsorptive wavelength? That is a common wavelength. So what we are writing that absorptivity value of x at wavelength 1 and absorptivity value of y at a lambda 1, these are same, isn't it? And that's why we are writing that absorbance of lambda 2 divided by absorbance of lambda 1 is equal to this factor of equation number 2 divided by this factor of equation number 1. And this term dividing each term by in bracket concentration of x plus concentration of y. So this equation 2.45. So what is the equation 2.45 will generate if we are considering or dividing each term by cx plus cy? See, as it is, a wavelength 2 divided by a wavelength 1 is equal to, what will happen now? Ax lambda 2 into cx divided by multiplying with cx plus cy plus ay lambda 2 into cy again divided by cx plus cy. Ax lambda 1 cx as it is plus ay lambda 1 into cy as it is. Now this equation will be very lengthy to solve that particular or to get a concentration of Cx and Cy. So that's why we will fix some values over here. So whatever the Cx is there, concentration of x divided by Cx plus Cy, we will consider this whole factor as a fx for our understanding or to carry forward further. And this Cy divided by Cx plus Cy we will consider as a Fy. So how will you write this 2.45 equation then? What we are showing, this Cx divided by this factor is equal to Fx. So obviously, if you see over here, the equation will come as this: absorbance of wavelength 2 divided by absorbance of wavelength 1 is equal to Ax lambda 2 into Fx, isn't it? For example, if you are observing over here, this equation here, Ax lambda 2 into Cx divided by Cx plus Cy, we are writing as Fx. Again, ay lambda 2 into Fy, because already this we are mentioning. So Ax lambda 2 into Fx plus ay lambda 2 into Fy divided by Ax lambda 1 into Fx plus ay absorptivity of lambda 1 into Fy. So this will be your equation number 2.46. And in this case, what we will do, Fx plus Fy is equal to 1. We will consider Fx plus Fy. So obviously this equation again modified with a lambda 2 divided by a lambda 1 is equal to Ax lambda 2 into Fx. This will be the common ay lambda 2 into 1 minus Fx, because we are mentioning Fx plus Fy is equal to 1. So Fy, what we are writing, it is 1 minus Fx. Similarly, Ax lambda 1 into Fx plus ay lambda 1 into 1 minus Fx. So we will solve this equation, and at particular point, whatever the values we are getting over here at lambda 1, absorptivity value of x lambda 1 is equal to absorptivity value of y lambda 1, and absorptivity value of x lambda 1 minus absorptivity value of y lambda 1 is equal to 0. So obviously this equation a lambda 2 divided by a lambda 1 is equal to this particular factor ax into fx into ax lambda 2 minus ay lambda 2 plus ay lambda 2 divided by ay lambda 1, isn't it? Because we are considering that ax lambda 1 minus ay lambda 1 is equal to 0. So obviously over here only remaining point is about absorptivity value of y at a lambda 1. We will solve this equation, and we are getting over here as absorbance of wavelength 2 divided by absorbance of wavelength 1 is equal to fx into ax lambda 2 divided by ay lambda 1 minus fx into ay lambda 2 divided by ay lambda 1 plus absorptivity value of lambda 2 divided by lambda 1. So this will be our equation after 2.46. We are substituting with fx plus fy, and we will get this equation now 2.47. But again we will consider some common values like fx and fy. So a lambda 2 divided by a lambda 1 is equal to, we will consider whole factor as a qm. Ax lambda 2 divided by ax lambda 1, we will consider this factor as a qx. And ay lambda 2 divided by ay lambda 1 is equal to qy. So how will you write then equation number 2.47? So just substitute this with qm. This factor is equal to fx absorptivity value plus divided by ay lambda 1 minus fx qy plus qy. So at an isoabsorptive wavelength, what is the meaning of isoabsorptive wavelength? Absorptivity value of y at a wavelength 1 is equal to absorptivity value of x at a wavelength 1. So obviously this equation will become fx, isn't it? See, this is somewhat tedious to understand, but if you write it properly in your notebook, so that will be easy for you as well. So see, what we are doing now over here, an isoabsorptive wavelength we are substituting over here. So fx into ax lambda 2 divided by ay lambda 1 is equal to fx into ax lambda 2 divided by ax lambda 1. So from this equation, isn't it 2.47? So once at an isoabsorptive wavelength, we will substitute over here. Qm is what then? Qm, we are considering this is a Qm, is equal to what? Fx into Qx minus Fx into Qy plus Qy, this equation. And Qm is equal to Fx into Qx minus Qy plus this Qy will be remain as it is. Or Fx is equal to Qm minus Qy divided by Qx minus Qy. So obviously over here, to find the actual concentration, consider the equation 2.43. Whatever the basic 2.43 equation is there, isn't it? If you see over here, absorbance of wavelength at absorptivity value at wavelength 1 Cx plus absorptivity value of y at a Cy, and substitute this value over here, isn't it? So the equation, obviously find the actual concentration, consider the equation number 2.43. So absorbance of wavelength is equal to ax lambda 1 into Cx plus ay lambda 1 into Cy. And these values, ax lambda 1 is equal to ay lambda 1, and we will solve this equation over here and try to find out Cx plus Cy. And this Cx plus Cy is equal to this value, a lambda 1 divided by absorptive value of x into lambda 1. So from equation 2.48, whatever we are generating over here, isn't it? From equation 2.48, this equation fx is equal to q minus qi divided by qx minus qy. So this value we will substitute in this equation, qm minus qi divided by qx minus qy is equal to this. So in this way, we will find out the concentration of Cx by this factor, and substituting the value of Cx plus Cy from equation number 2.49. So what is our equation number 2.49? This Cx plus Cy is equal to absorbance at a wavelength 1 divided by absorptive value of x at a wavelength 1. So in this case, final concentration of Cx, we will use this formula. And once the concentration of x is known over here, the concentration of y can be calculated by following the same procedure or same method of simultaneous equation method. So this is about overall representation of simultaneous equation method. Absorption ratio method by considering isoabsorptive point and to find out the concentration of x and y. Whereas in this case, simultaneous equation method, we will use, this will be the base, isn't it? So these are the two methods, and when we will perform this experiment in the lab by using experiment for simultaneous equation method and absorption ratio method, so that values we can easily write down. So obviously now we are feeling somewhat difficult or tedious over here because we are not mentioning value of absorptivity value, concentration, or maybe path length or absorbance value. So that's why we are doing this exercise by considering the, for example, this equation, absorptivity value of x at a wavelength 2 into Cx into absorptivity value of y at a wavelength 1. So once again, you have to just take one more time revision about these two methods, simultaneous equation and absorption ratio method, and at that time you will get more clarity. So you can just refer these two things or two equations, and if any difficulty is there about these 2 points, simultaneous and absorption, again we will discuss tomorrow. Is it okay to all of you? Yes, students.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, so you can just refer maybe Supriya Mahajan, whatever the points I have shown over here, isn't it? Whatever the equations, all these figures and calculations is from Supriya Mahajan book only. In a very systematic way, they have given derivation of both the simultaneous as well as absorption. But this same derivation is available in a KEMP also. So that is your choice, whatever soft copy you have available. So you can refer that, or maybe I'm just in a search of a soft copy of this book, Supriya Mahajan, and I've asked 2 to 3 students as well. So if we get to, you can refer this copy. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Yes, sir.
can we conclude session now because it's already 3 o'clock.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Yeah.
you, sir.
Yeah. So we will meet now again on Saturday. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.